Super Dave here for another review. Super Dave here with another exciting review. Welcome to the new Super Dave Reviews, MOTU Classics, and other action figures. That's right, we're excited about kicking off with a new review this year, and it is one I got for Christmas, the Battle Armor He-Man. I know this one came out a long time ago, but I'm still working on my collection, and I want to do reviews on them. And so there may be some out there still interested in checking out these action figures, because I'm excited about some of the Super 7 stuff that's coming out, even the Thundercats, and can't wait until they come out. We'll be doing reviews on that new stuff, and I'll, the Lord willing, be taking 2 days off the day Snake Mountain arrives so that I can be one, hopefully, of the first to review the Snake Mountain by Super 7. But anyway, here is Battle Armor He-Man, and we're going to break him open and check him out. To adapt to new enemies and new evil situations, Adam has learned to tap in further into the powers of Grayskull, unlocked by his sword of power that allows him to form around his torso a mighty enchanted body armor, battle armor, and that's what you have here. He's been able to tap into not only the powers of the universe and the knowledge of the elders to do this, but he's also able to be regular He-Man and then able to go back into this. So this is almost like a further transformation, if you will, that was able to take place. Never saw this in the Filmation cartoon, but certainly was very popular in the toy line and also made appearances in several mini comics. So this is really cool. You see it says armor breastplate shows dents in the little side corner there. It says most powerful man in the universe figure, Battle Armor He-Man. And then you see on the sides, basically Mattel stuff, MattyCollector.com. And then you have his bio card. If you want to pause and check that out and read that, you can. All right, we're going to go ahead and break him open. That's right, we open our figures here at Super Dave Reviews, and we're going to check him out here. We do Masters of the Universe Classic. That's our staple. That's our #1 bill here as far as what we enjoy. But we do also review other action figures if you enjoy those as well. So let's check out this awesome figure. All right, so here is the mighty Battle Armor He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, out of his package, and he is a sight to behold. Love that outfit. This is my very first Battle Armor He-Man since the 80s. I did have the old, 5 1/4 inch scale original Mattel He-Man with the battle armor that, you'd hit it and it would flip. Would do the flip mechanism, but I sold him years and years and years ago, I think at a yard sale, so I could buy some G.I. Joes. Got into G.I. Joe later on, but and was into G.I. Joe for quite some time, even as an adult collector. But man, when I discovered these Matty Collector, Mattel, and Super 7 for that matter, action figures, I had to jump on these as well. He does not come with a lot of accessories. Matter of fact, the only thing he really comes with is his battle armor and the axe that he shows through the package that he's holding. He's got his battle axe. He did not come with a sword of power, does not even have a sword of power holder on his back of any kind. That was certainly back then a missed opportunity for Mattel with this Classics line, because it says right in his bio card that he taps further into the powers of Castle Grayskull through the elders to transform and add to his armor with this battle armor. So it doesn't say he holds up the axe. It says he taps in to the powers of Grayskull with his power sword. So here's that battle axe, and the only other things he comes with is then the undamaged H logoed He-Man battle armor chest plate that you can put that on there. We'll see that in just a moment. And then also the further damaged by the sword of Skeletor's battle armor, scarred, damaged, battle damaged chest plate, similar to the one that he's wearing, just a little bit further damage. Now, another thing I can't wait to do is try out different heads. This is not my favorite He-Man head. It may be yours if you're a organic classic collector, but I like swapping heads out and checking them out. I love some of the head sculpts that I have seen this guy wear, bear, so I want to check that out as well. So let's look at that over in the review booth right in front of Castle Grayskull over there. We'll be right back. All right, here we are in the review booth, and of course, as we know, when Prince Adam raises his mighty power sword and says, "By the power of Grayskull," I have the power. And then he raises the power sword up again when he needs more armor power. By the power of Grayskull. He is able to turn into battle armor He-Man. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, in all of his battle armor glory. And of course, as we said, he does not come with the power sword. I'm going to remove that from his hand here for just a moment, and we're going to take a look at his articulation together. All right, so our battle armor He-Man here again has the I replaced the scarred one there with the regular undamaged chest plate, and he has the ability to look up about that much. He has the ability not much to look down because his neck piece there, armor, gets in the way. He can of course look side to side, and he gets not much pivot, not just maybe a little bit. And of course his arms go up about that much. Again, it hits that armor. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist, swivel at the waist. He does have ab crunch, and that is not hindered by the armor from what I can tell at all. That's very good motion there. And then he has the same Masters Classics thighs going on here. Be able to get a good split motion there. Swivel at the thigh, single jointed knees, boot cut there. He has the nice swivel, and mine are a little loose. And then he has really good ankle articulation there. It gets a good, some good pivoting in the ankle joint without, and he does have the peg. So that tells you a lot about how old this character is, as far as when he was released in the original line. But one of the things about him, he's got that bodybuilder problem because of the bulk of the armor, where he cannot lower his arms to his waist, which even He-Man in the regular gauntlet or body armor or chest plate cannot do that much either, but his is hindered even further, so his arms do kind of stand out a bit from his side. But what I want to do first of all is take a look at how you change those chest plates, and it's not very difficult, but especially with the age of the figure, and especially with it being wintertime here, I am going to use the hair dryer trick to warm things up. This is just helping it not be as brittle. And then you just pop those loose at those corners there you see at the top. Just pop those loose, and then on to the side you do the same there. Pop that loose. And as you see, of course, he does have a silver buck underneath, silver painted buck underneath. Of course, that helps go along, and a smooth belly doesn't have the ab crunch section, which that's kind of like a, you know, like the armor is continuing down is kind of what that is. It would be nice if they could have done a little bit of ab molding there, but that wouldn't have matched the original vintage figure, but you know, that would have been all right with me. But anyway, that is what it is there. And there is the chest plate. So when you have the chest plate, you just push in on the front of that logo and it'll pop out the back end so that you can pull that out. And there's the undamaged one, and then you can grab, we'll just go ahead and grab the one that was damaged first, the first swipe, and you just can come in and put that in there and just kind of press until you kind of feel that snugly coming in place. And then you can look at the front here as well and kind of press in, and then you see it's flush against there, no spaces, no light coming through, and you've got it in there. Very nice. And then again, pushing that in from the front, removing it, then taking the one that has the double slashes. Make sure I got it turned the right way here. I believe that's right. That one's harder to read a little bit. And you kind of poke that one in. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's the right way. And then you have, because with the damage on that one, it's almost harder to figure out. And I guess that little tab part right here, that little tab part right here always goes on the bottom. So maybe that can help us a little bit. And that looks like that makes sense. You see it down in there. Looks great. Looks awesome. Very nice. Now, it does concern me a little bit. The just the feel of this is just a little bit brittle feeling compared to some of the armor and pieces and coverings that we've seen from other characters. So with age, we just have to see how this holds up. This is at least already 10 to 15 years old. This is 2020, and I can't remember when this came out, but or 2009. So you're talking about 10 or 11 years old, and you know, just don't want these things to become so brittle that when you do pop this back on, and again using the hair dryer, and we'll do that right quick. All right, we use the hair dryer, loosen up those pegs so that snaps very easily back together. I went ahead and put the original undamaged logo, He-Man logo there for the battle armor He-Man look. And I went in and added the power sword, the Classics Filmation power sword that came with Flog on his back, that has the Classics paint job, and then his shield. Of course, he came with a battle axe. He did not come with a shield or a sword, remember, but there's a look for you just to see him in all of his decked out armor complete there, and everybody's checking him out and seeing that he is He-Man. And next we're going to look at some heads and some comparisons to some other He-Man, and I use tacky there on the back. There's not a spot to put his sword, and I'll remove that just so you can see how his back looks. There is that musculature in the armor in the back. Looks really nice. Let's get maybe a closer look at that right quick here. And so all you need to do in order to put his power sword on his back is just use a little tacky, and it goes on there very nicely. But there he is in his complete look there, and looking stellar there, He-Man, looking great. Here's the thing, I want my He-Man to have a different head as far as this battle armor He-Man. So you can pop his head right off there, and you can pop right back on another head sculpt. And this is my preferred. I guess it's more notably known as the vintage He-Man look. So let's go ahead and take a look at how good he looks with that. Now, to me, that makes all the difference. And this is my preferred head for He-Man. And the only way you can get that head is either by Olar, the Masters of the Universe Classics Savage He-Man, and he comes with that savage looking head, and then this comes packed with this head separate. And then you can also get this, probably more common now, I don't know which way to be the most affordable, because you can't buy these new at all anymore unless you get on the aftermarket eBay or something, is through Super 7's Ultimate He-Man, which came with all the heads. And that's the one this one is. And then I have my, and that's also the vintage, they call it the vintage heads, also the head that I put on my Classics He-Man. And there he is, and this is the one that came with Olar, and that's the one that came with the Ultimate He-Man. But there you see him. Put him back here as a comparison ability there. And then the next comparison that we'll make, just very quickly, is our Filmation, and my favorite, and also that's my favorite Filmation head, even compared to the one that Mattel did with their Club Grayskull Filmation He-Man. This is Super 7's Filmation Ultimate He-Man, the Filmation one. And you see the cool shield that he comes with. He's got the classic Filmation sword. I have treated mine with the matte finish spray, but that is, and I've got a video teaching how to do that if you're interested in that. But there's that He-Man back there to compare him. And then the only other He-Man that I really have that I'm going to compare, not getting into the others like, you know, Anti-Eternia and Slime Pit, so to speak, Zombie He-Man, is one that it also has some battle armor, and that's the Snake Man battle armor He-Man. And we're going to put him, of course, he has a completely different head as well. And so there you have it. You have those 4 He-Man comparisons there, and I love these guys. All of them are my favorite, but I do prefer this head over the traditional Classics He-Man head. Just, that's my personal preference. I like this head, it's good, but as Pixel Dan one time said, it's a little dated, and I prefer the chiseled jaw look of our nice, almost reimagined vintage head. It looks a lot better than the vintage head did, and I'll put up a picture to compare it there. There you go. But yeah, very nice, very nice. And if you want to, just out of curiosity, before we go, I'm going to pop off the head, the vintage head, and we'll pop on the my extra Filmation head from Super 7's Ultimate Filmation He-Man, and see how he looks in the battle armor outfit. And yes, oh yes, I also love that look too. Now that is really nice. Now that is the head from the Filmation Ultimate He-Man that I did not treat with the anti-shine matte spray, so you can kind of see the shine on his face, but it still blends. If I took that one off and put it on here, it would probably be perfect, but the color tone matches fine, just like it does with the other 2 head sculpts. The colors match fine with his tone of skin on this battle armor He-Man, and really all 3 head styles work. And I would even say, if you were interested in using the younger looking He-Man head back there with the, you know, from the 2000X cartoon, kind of the snake armor He-Man, the skin tone looks like it would match perfectly as well. So there you have it, folks. There's your battle armor He-Man, and he looks awesome. Can't wait to take some pictures and get this up for you to enjoy. Be blessed and have a wonderful new year. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. We appreciate you. Talk with you soon. We'll be doing Battle Armor Skeletor real soon. Thank you.